It has definitely been a minute. Yeah, no, very happy to be back. Very happy to be back indeed. Alright. Like, I say this a lot, but it is true, which is like life gets away, like in the way a lot of the stuff that I do. And like, look, I'm not trying to use it like as an excuse or anything like that. It's just something that, you know, sometimes I can't control it. Sometimes I want to relax. And that's just the way it is sometimes. But until I hit those amazing, amazing words of WrestleMania, I ain't done. I ain't done with ECW. So, you guys are stuck with me, whether you like it or not. And a lot of people, I don't think, care. Either way. So, yeah. Again, this is absolutely just like prep. We shall get right into this. The hell? Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. Let's smash this show out. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, to ECW. I'm your host, as always, Scott Silver, coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Sold out for the ruler to come forth. Oba Femi is here.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Lagos, Nigeria, weighing in at 273 pounds,
Oba Femi, one of the most physically gifted wrestlers of this current generation, coming in to hopefully get a leg up on some of these matches. The last time we really saw him heavily on weekly programming was when he was trying to win the right to face for the Hardcore Championship when it was still around the waist of one Wade King. But now the ruler seeming to try to reclaim his throne, getting back on top. And let's see what he is willing to do to capture that moment. And it seems what better than to challenge the champion himself, the Samoan werewolf, the hardcore champion, Jacob Fatu is here.
And his opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the ECW Hardcore Champion, the Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu.
The man who came out on top against the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, over that championship that's now around his waist. Such a grueling and almost intense at points fight between those two. It seemed only assured that Bryan was going to win the title, but Jacob had other plans, and now is very much on the road to becoming one of the longest reigning, not just hardcore champions, but champion in ECW history. But now, unlike his last opponent in the form of Bryan Danielson, Obafemi is definitely not smaller than Jacob Fatu. This shall be a good one. Femi Fatu, and a match now officially underway, and immediately a super kick from Fatu. Not wasting any time trying to get into this. Now trying to go to the ropes, but Obafemi able to hit in the midsection, try to get away. And now we'll hoist him up almost effortlessly, and then slamming down the hardcore champion. But now Fatu able to find an opening, and now a super kick will send Femi down. Kick to the midsection, as we know now. Not just that Fatu has a lot of experience in the ring, but now he has a lot of experience as a champion. The fact that he's able to come into this match and almost seem unscathed at the sight of Obafemi shows how much Fatu has changed since the man that went into WrestleMania last year and only barely sought out after the Hardcore Championship. But now look at this. Fatu throwing caution into the wind. Suicide dive connecting to Obafemi. And I agree with the fans. This is awesome. This match is awesome. These stars are awesome. And it's awesome to be back to ECW. Again, both of these men just going blow for blow, and another super kick from Femi. But now reversal gets Obafemi back up, and another double axe handle clothesline, well executed by the ruler. Throwing Fatu across the outside area. The referee in the ring is just there to count pinfalls or submissions. A kick up from Fatu, but it doesn't seem like Obafemi is going to let him to try to go too crazy around this. But look at this, straight across the barricade, planting the spine of Oba there. And look at this, Fatu, top rope, and a crossboard to the outside, connecting. And now some weaponry, sledgehammer, now to the midsection over Femi, and again. Weaponry is almost a must. 3 shots with the sledgehammer. And now, and a spike pile driver directly onto the concrete pavement floor. And now the ladder being thrown into the lifeless body of Obafemi. Femi needs to try something now and fast if he wants to try to get back into this match. And now he has a chance to gain some distance between them. And a drop kick, but doesn't come up quite how Femi wanted it. And now Fatu will reap the rewards, but no, a reversal from Femi once more, trying to get some extra distance. We'll throw him into the barricade. Getting some well-deserved chip damage. Now, Fatu thrown back inside the ring. Obafemi quickly following. And a big boot. And now Obafemi might be trying to put this away for good, and a power bomb out of nowhere on the Hardcore Champion, but a kick out at 2. Femi to the top rope. The ruler out an elbow drop. Now the ropes trying to go, getting that headlock in, but doesn't get all that. A throw effortlessly from Fatu. And he says he wants some more carnage, some more weaponry. Kendo thick now in hand, but Femi stops him from using it. Bouncing his face off the apron. Now we'll throw Jacob back in the ring, and now the sledgehammer in the hand of the ruler, but a super kick will stop him from using it. What does Fatu do now? Oh, I think we know. Elevating DDT! Cover on Obafemi, but a kick out at 2. Now, not believing that this is going, and now getting the feet up. The official didn't see it, but a kick out at 1. Nowhere near, but look at this, another elevated DDT! A second one! That has to be it to put Ober away, and it is. Our Hardcore Champion reigns supreme. Obafemi believing that he could have just overpowered Fatu, but that definitely didn't seem like it was in Fatu's cards of how this match was going to play out. This was his first reality check. The suicide dive from the Hardcore Champion. And once the weapons were in play, it was officially relabeled as the Fatu Fun Ground. Especially here, the spike on the outside on the pavement. And just when we thought we were all going to figure this out, Oba having a really good shot at trying to put this away, but it just wasn't enough. Getting the elbow drop as well here. Getting that very clean long distance as well. But just as Obafemi was hitting his stride, all it took was 2 elevated DDTs to prove that Obafemi is all gas, no brakes. Right here after the failed pin attempt, the dirty pin. One more elevated DDT to show that Fatu owns this ring. Congratulations, Jacob Fatu, as we now move on to our next match. Here we go, second match of the night. And it seems that Australia's own, the real deal heel, is coming forth.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 235 pounds,
Liam Rogers, very much hands deep into what he is now licensing as his redemption tour across the world, trying to make up for past mistakes, trying to show people that the person he was last year is no longer the person he is now. He's been doing a good job at it, but as we saw last week, getting a little bit of a heated moment with former teammate, and sucks to say former, one Ethan King. We haven't seen Wade King since, of course, Night of Champions, when all three of them teamed up. And now this has got to be a dream match in someone else's mind. The visionary, the revolutionary, the former ECW champion, Seth frickin' Rollins is here.
and his opponent from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, Seth Rollins.
It's gotten to the point now where Liam needs to take himself more seriously, opening himself up to more main event level threats. And Seth took that as an opportunity to get into the ring with the real deal heel. And this has got to be a dream match for some 10-year-old kid wanting these two Goliaths of professional wrestling to finally go at it. Both of them former ECW champions. So this should be a doozy. Here we go, Liam Rogers, Seth Rollins. And the match now officially underway. And now the kicks and strikes from Liam Rogers hitting up strong. But you can only imagine with what happened on the last show. Nice German suplex from Seth Rollins. Is what happened on the last show to Liam Rogers still affecting him mentally? The fact that a former person that he took under his wing came out, put a steel cage in between them, and attempted to attack someone he used to call a mentor, kick out at one from that beautiful springboard. Another one there for extra measure as these two now going strike for strike. Liam wanting to redeem himself, Seth wanting to reinvent himself. Seems like Liam's taking control of this, and now getting the knee up. Now Seth with the reversal. Seth planning to do, taking Liam into the corner. Now getting some distance between the two. Nice elbow strike, and now into the corner himself, and a clothesline on the back of the skull. Now trying to possibly get that submission locked in, middle of the ring, but look at that. Too early in a matchup for a submission like that. Now into the ropes goes Seth, a clothesline from hell. Almost instantaneously cover. But a kick out at two from Seth Rollins, not letting himself go down that easily. Of course, Seth still trying to get over the loss that he took to Karrion Kross that has now ensured Kross is holding the television championship. Liam now top rope and a drop kick to the outside. Seth trying to get back up on his horse, and a face straight into the concrete floor is what might get him there. Now Seth Rollins heading to the top. What is he planning to do? As now the count has indeed started. Tried to go for an axe handle strike, but didn't get all of it. Now some combo striking from Liam Rogers. And a inverted DDT, well executed. But Seth was able to get back up onto his feet. Working on the arm. Elbow drop as well. Both men now getting back into the ring, wanting to do this fair. But look at Liam now. Perfect opportunity. Bankrupt! Bankrupt! Liam Rogers for the cover. But a kick out at 2 from Seth Rollins. And now into the ropes, but a reversal from Seth. Drop kick will send Rogers to the outside. The fans chanting for them to fight forever. As I said at the start of this, a few people consider this a dream match between the two, and they are just now facing off the outside of the inside. Now both men, a little bit of a counter between the two, trying to go for a clothesline from hell, but it countered into a German suplex. Liam trying to help himself up into the corner. What is Seth gonna try to do here? And a high knee right on the button. And a Pele kick. Seth now on the apron, calling for Rogers to get back onto his feet. Tried to go for a knee strike, but didn't quite catch it. But thankfully, Liam's still dazed. But just as I say that, reversal, getting some room between them. Liam sending Seth into the ropes, but Seth able to get out of harm's way. Reversal from Liam once again. And now setting him down twice with axe handles, catching him, following him through the kick to the side of the skull. Seth in the corner, but a reversal keeps him out of there. Try to go for a possible pedigree, but an enziguri. Seth finding where he should be. And now, the Honor Triple H and a pedigree. And now, curb stomp. Curb stomp to Liam Rogers. Cover. But a kick out at 2. Not enough just yet. Moonsault from the springboard from Seth Rollins. Now, Seth, top rope. Calling for Liam to get onto his feet. Center of the ring, too. Crossbody, well connected. Now, hoisting him up. What is Seth planning to do here? Off the ropes and a drop kick right in the face. The real deal heel. Trying to go for a knee strike, but Liam caught him. And now, gearing it up. Bankrupt! Bankrupt! Cover out of nowhere! And he gets the victory. In an excellent dream match. Liam picking up the victory. And wait a second! Candlestick strike by Wayne King! Wayne King now laying Liam out! Just like Ethan King did last episode! We're now halfway through ECW tonight, as now the megastar is coming down.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds,
LA Knight, the man that very, very recently just got a pinfall win over the ECW champion Jai Phillips. So he's very much running off of a very, very good high right now. People believing that this is the man to be Jai's next opponent after he defeats AJ Styles one more time. But let's see what he has to focus on tonight. And that man
from New York, weighing in at 228 pounds,
Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, the man who made a shocking ECW debut last episode, interrupting the television champion Karrion Kross and saying to him that he has next. Karrion Kross answering with going, "You're on." But of course, ECW General Manager CM Punk stating that Max, it's only fair if you have a match first. Max wanting to do right by CM Punk, the man he feuded with back in AEW, understood what was asked of him and decided to agree to a match this week, being against Mr. LA Knight. Yeah. So this is now a real testing point for MJF. Is he all talk, or will he be able to back up his speech and show that he is a real threat to the television title division? Regardless whether we want to talk about it or not, MJF is officially in ECW again. My apologies. We have LA Knight, MJF. Match now officially underway, and a big boot by LA Knight. Reversal though by Max. Max trying to go for a clothesline, but gets rolled into some chops by the megastar. Missing that big hook though. Reversal though from both men. One trying to keep control very early on in this match on a big boot of his own. Again, the MJF moniker, I am better than you and you know it, and that will encompass doing everyone else's moves, but better. Now Max in control. Now, seems like he's been spending some time with the Americans. His fellow Americans, because look at this. Bending the arm, and then answering the double knees. And now look at this. Moonsault connecting as well. But again, tripped up by LA Knight. Of course, as previously mentioned, LA Knight now having a pinfall victory over Jai Phillips. Trying to run that high, see if he can capitalize on it, become the megastar we all know he can be. The only person standing in his way right now is Mr. Friedman. Cover, the kick out at one, nowhere near ready to give up yet. Moonsault connecting. Now axe handle, well executed. And now, we all knew when this was going to happen, getting out the toys. And it seems the table has become the choice. LA Knight now joining MJF on the outside for better or for worse. He just ran into a vicious clothesline. Throwing him back inside the ring will quickly follow suit. We just need to remember that that table is there, ready to go at any point in time. The eye rake and the low blow as well. Vintage MJF looking to finish it early. Oh my god, look at that, the armbar, tilt-a-whirl armbar, right near the ropes, but doesn't seem that he's ready to tap out yet to the salt of the earth. Now getting some more weaponry. Now the salt of the earth, bringing in the trash can. Waiting for LA Knight to get to his feet and answering some strikes. Now into the row and a hit to the midsection. Reversal from Knight. Knight now has him up, powerbomb position. And now we'll go face first into the turnbuckle. Now the fans chanting alongside their star. Now again into the other corner. But Max able to get out of it. Now it's on the other foot. And now the trash can being put into play. Thrown against LA Knight's body, and now he's taking some notes from Liam Rogers because this is his signature drive-by. Again, we'll throw the trash can on the body of LA Knight and will continuously do so. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now what? Oh, never mind, just as I was going to say, what is MJF thinking? LA Knight has other plans. Drop kick will send Max down. Now reversal from Mr. Friedman being caught. Doesn't seem that it phases him as he goes to the top rope. The fans have become electric inside this arena tonight. Try to go for a drop kick, but LA Knight caught it. And now, Knight in a good position. Power slam. Now LA Knight, you can only imagine that at this point he's thinking of possibly putting it away for good. As we saw, it only took a handful of blunt force traumas to get him there. Try to go for a drop kick, but look at that, MJF. Vintage MJF. Mistakes there. Now raking the eyes and the low blow. The low blow by MJF. Middle of the ring. But a kick out at two. Two low blows. And now, what is Max thinking? Look at this. Hoisting him up. And he gets the cradle. Pile driver. And he gets the win from LA Knight. What a debut match for MJF. This has been getting over from LA Knight and now has definitely solidified himself in going for that television championship held firmly around the waist of Karrion Kross. What a match this was. It took so much right here. The low blow that would have done it. We all thought it was going to be it. But right here, the cradle pile driver. An altered version of the pile driver used by Adam Cole. And that was going to be it.
Here is your winner, MJF.
MJF winning in his ECW debut. You can only imagine how Cross is feeling watching this match. Off to the next. And now we got ourselves some women's competition as we are met by the #1 contender to Roxanne Perez's ECW Women's Championship, Stephanie Vaquer.
Making her way to the ring from San Fernando, Chile,
Stephanie Vaquer, one of the hottest women in all of wrestling right now. Up there with the likes of former ECW Women's Champions Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. But right now, she's quite literally counting down the days until she can get her hands on Roxanne Perez one-on-one. But right now, this is very much a test. From what I've heard backstage, Vaquer's opponent tonight wants to try to test her physically, emotionally, psychologically to make sure she's fit for a match against Roxanne Perez. And that woman is former women's champion, Lyra Valkyria.
and her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
Lyra Valkyria knows firsthand what it is to try to deal with not only Roxanne Perez, but also the rest of Demolition pretty much simultaneously. Of course, Stephanie Vaquer has definitely been experiencing that the last few couple of weeks. But she wasn't able to capture gold just yet. Of course, Lyra, the former ECW Women's Champion, trying to test Stephanie Vaquer in a very sportsmanlike way, I must say. There's no bad blood between these two. Well, I hope, at least not yet. Here we go, Stephanie Vaquer, Lyra Valkyria. And now the match officially underway. It seems Vaquer taking straight hold from behind, trying to get some old school wrestling right here. It's now Lyra Valkyria taking over. Now again another reversal, using those legs of Vaquer, sorry, my apologies. Now just bending the neck of Lyra. And look at that, the scissor snap right there on the throat. It's now Vaquer. Now looking for that springboard crossbody. Well executed. Stomping the face of Lyra. Now again doing it the other way, but then going off the ropes for a leg drop. Going for the cover early on, but still. Kick out at one. Now, Valkyria the outside. And an elbow drop, but comes up short from Vaquer. Now Lyra trying to get in some offense where she can, powerbomb position, but no, look at this, Stephanie Vaquer countering into a pin, but of course the pin don't count on the outside. Now, Lyra straight into that post. Unsure if she's starting to bleed or not. Stephanie Vacure not letting her take anything a chance as she throws her into the barricade, getting into the ring. And wow, making sure she's fighting fit. Does she have enough time to get into the ring? And she doesn't. Stephanie Vacure holding herself for Roxanne Perez. Making sure that nothing happens to herself. That nothing can happen to her. No injuries, no blindsiding during matches. Comes at the cost of possibly losing a friendship with Lyra Valkyria. But I think Stephanie Vacure thinks that that is worth it if it means that she gets to call herself champion at SummerSlam. Here we go. The match type, the story, as a matter of fact, that has very much gotten people's attention. And it's with these two men. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. The two men who've been running roughshod around Ilya Dragunov for the better part of a few weeks now.
This is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Tommaso Ciampa, representing DIY from Cleveland, Ohio. Weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano.
We've been saying, especially last episode, that all Ilya needs to do to tip the balance in his favor is get himself a partner, a manager, someone to be in his corner so there's no more tomfoolery. Last episode was a 2-on-1 handicap match where DIY took on Dragunov, our Cruiserweight champion. But now Gargano gets Dragunov 1-on-1. Our Cruiserweight champion coming down, and look who's behind him! Rey Mysterio is back! The tag team that won the Franken Team Tag Team Tournament to become tag champs! They're back together!
Weighing in at 187 pounds, the ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Ilya Dragunov.
When we thought that Ilya was in a desperate need of backup, he called in his former tag team champion teammate to make sure that he had the right kind of backup. Of course, Rey Mysterio, attacked by the Kings a few weeks back, has been out ever since. But it seems now he is fighting fit to see his former tag champion teammate turned cruiserweight champion. A good match. Well, how about this? Talking about tipping the balance into your favor. Gargano, Dragunov, one-on-one. Now with two managers. Match now officially underway, and immediately the back step and a moonsault attempt, but comes up short. And now Dragunov will try to capitalize, getting some chip damage onto the leg. Now Gargano thrown into the corner. Now again, just trying to poke and target that leg of Gargano's. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Try to go for a senton, but came up short. Now Gargano will try to capitalize, but didn't try to get anything. But throws Dragunov to the apron. Dragunov able to hold his own, get back inside the ring now. And counters the strikes from Gargano, but Gargano is being persistent. Both of these men going blow for blow right now. We've seen this in the various matches that they've had across the last few months. And there we see it. Ciampa trying to possibly get up on the apron to try to tip the balance. But Dragunov there. That overhead shot. Going for the cover now. Kick out at one. And now some more chip damage. Meeting his former teammate on the outside. And now the sledgehammer. Now the fan favorite of tonight's show. And now straight there in the midsection. Gargano wrestling it away from Dragunov, but now using it for himself. Now Dragunov going back to old-fashioned fists and chops. Now Dragunov just trying to fend Gargano off of that apron. Gargano not letting it happen, catching his leg and throwing him down. Trying to go for a cover. We see Tommaso Ciampa sliding in that steel chair. Maybe trying to get Gargano some weaponry so he doesn't have to go outside of the ring. Now again, both men just countering each other's offense. Now backbreaker. Knee straight to the back of the skull. Now spinning his arm around. Trying to get it out of its socket. Gargano getting a large amount of chip damage in, it seems. Try to weaken the iron wall known as our current Cruiserweight champion. And now submission locked in. Dragunov not having it. Now we see Rey. But now, just as Rey was going to help him, low blow to Dragunov. Cover, but a kick at it too. A low blow, not enough to put out the Cruiserweight champion. Try to go for that cross body, but didn't get the right target. Now into the ropes now, and a high knee will send Gargano down. And now using the chair against him, the same chair that Tommaso put right there for Gargano to use. Cover, and a kick out at two, almost had it. Now hoisting Gargano back up. Trying to possibly hold him up, but Gargano again being persistent, drop kick. Again, Ilya just not letting Gargano have much of a chance of getting any forward momentum. And now the table face first into Gargano. And a big boot sends him down as well. And a H-bomb on the outside. Could that be it? Gargano is not moving. Now picking up the sledgehammer and again using the midsection. Trying to go for a third time, but not enough. Trying to go for a knee of his own, but didn't quite get it. And a straight across the chin of Johnny Wrestling. What is going on? This is what happens when Ilya Dragunov has Rey Mysterio in his corner. He's confident. He feels defended. Just as I say that, look at this. We've seen this before. H-bomb, no! The boot got up! Straight into the face of the Cruiserweight Champion! And now, Gargano using that newfound momentum. And now, using the same corner where Ilya thought he had him. Super kick! Half of meeting in the middle. Cover as Ciampa watches. But a kick out at 2. Now, Ilya back to his feet, trying to get some control. We're going to start getting points. So the Mad Dragon in all his madness will be on full display. And I think we're about to see this. The Dragon is going to fly in at boots directly to the face of Johnny Gargano. Sledgehammer once more attempt though. Gargano wrestling it off of him. Decided to drop it, but look at this. German suplex. There's 1. There's 2. And he's looking for the 3. Trying to possibly roll him over for another H-bomb attempt. But Gargano trying to find some second wind to try to get back into this match. But Dragunov, I think, is in full-blown rage mode. Because he is controlling this match, jumping and smashing the spine of Gargano on to the barricade. Now both men back in the ring as Ray trying to rally up the fans. Senton from the top rope. Cover to get the victory. And he does. The H-bomb. The brutalizing attacks on the outside is what secured Dragunov a victory. If you're Ilya Dragunov, you must be thinking to yourself, God damn, it's good to have Rey Mysterio back in my corner. Congratulations, Ilya Dragunov, in the victory and in having your tag team partner back. Now this is something that will make DIY shiver. These two teams could very much be meeting at SummerSlam. We do not yet know, but I have a hunch that that is exactly what CM Punk is thinking right now in the back. There it is, the final moment. Tommaso yelling at the fans, saying that Gargano was going to get up, but that he didn't. Congratulations, Ilya Dragunov. As we now move on to our main event, Carmelo Hayes versus Jai Phillips. Here we go, Carmelo Hayes in the ring, and look at this. And what the hell? I thought we were done with this! AJ Styles just attacking Jai Phillips, throwing him into the steel steps and throwing him into the match. Come on! Jai Phillips is hurt. He's hurt, but he decides to keep going, putting the match on against Carmelo Hayes, and Carmelo Hayes will take advantage quite quickly, but now look at Jai Phillips. Both men going for counter so quickly. Of course, Jai suffering already from the attack from AJ Styles. And now Jai still just now at this point trying to string it all together. The same thing happened last week, and that's what caused the victory for LA Knight over the ECW champion. Could the same be said for Carmelo Hayes? Is Jai Phillips at risk at losing again thanks to the hands of AJ Styles? Look at this, the reversals from both men. Carmelo going in for the cover. Kick out at 1. Now, face first into the canvas. Now springboard, but just a little bit too far away even for him. Now Jai Phillips on the outside. Boots to Hayes. Now look at this, both men just trying to find a way for them to start getting in their key offense, and Carmelo Hayes think he found it. Big boot, but they didn't quite catch it. And now look at Phillips. Harbor Bridge. Well executed out of nowhere as per usual, but a kick out at 2. Kick up from Hayes though. Into the corner. And a Superman punch. We've seen this before. Duck out. Spear! Spear by Phillips. But a kick out at 2 from Carmelo Hayes. Now Carmelo Hayes trying to use that dirty pin. Look at this. Phillips now middle rope. Didn't quite get it. But now Phillips throwing Carmelo to the apron. Now, what is Jai thinking? Pacing back and forth. Starting to go outside and meet him there. Some stiff lefts from the ECW champion. And we've now found out, doing the math, that Jai Phillips needs to retain his championship past SummerSlam. And he will then become the longest reigning ECW champion, overthrowing our general manager, as a matter of fact, Mr. CM Punk. And his reign, Uso splash by Jai Phillips, trying to not let the AJ Styles attack bother him too much, and he getting the victory at the end of the day. You can only imagine the rage in Jai Phillips right now after having to deal with AJ Styles attack after attack after attack. Not letting Jai go whatsoever. But Jai is one resilient SOB picking up the victory against Carmelo Hayes. And now it seems that he's going to set his sights on AJ Styles for the last time. We can only imagine that they're probably going to be in our main event for SummerSlam, but we will see as the weeks follow.
Here is your winner, the Chosen One, Jay Billis.
And just like that, that has been our show. Thank you so much for tuning in to ECW this week. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you. Take care.